And also, I would love we can move on to the next presentation. It's going to be presented by Mr. I'm sorry. Can you play? It's going to be presented by Mr. Vikas Pandey. I would like to introduce him to the stage. Ah, sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm sure you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. No, I'm right here. Great, thank you so much. Yes, my name is Steven, and I am the marketing manager for Future Blockchain Summit. Thank you so much for being here today. I know that it's the last day since it wind down a little bit, but I'm glad to see that even on these sessions, we're getting a pretty good crowd, just people showing up to listen to some great talks. I'm excited to be introducing Vikas Pandey. Yeah, so he is the co-founder and COO of Shipfinex. Okay, so it's a bit of a tongue twister for the intro for this title, but he is tokenizing maritime assets and simplifying investments, enabling instant payments and a decentralized marketplace by using DeFi and Web3 technologies. Did I get that right? All right. Thank you, Vikas, and take it away.
Hi, good afternoon, gentlemen and women here. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Captain Vikas Pandey, and I have been a sailor by profession. Started my career in 2003 as a cadet with one of the largest ship management company in the world, and then kept rising on my career and got command in 2013. And then, as per the nature of the profession, we are off the sea for 6 months and on the sea for 6 months. It allowed me to start my entrepreneurial journey, and which also gave me a chance to be in this wonderful space of Web3 and blockchain in 2017. And when I started knowing more and more about blockchain and started talking with my friends and people whom I know, who I've been working with, and I really realized that this technology has a very high potential to actually transform the traditional assets, the way traditional assets are being offered to the people and the way they are owning it. There's so many industries across the globe which will definitely get transformed using blockchain technology, and which we are seeing, we are witnessing in last 5 years. It has really changed the space. So we ideated this company Shipfinex in 2018, and we wrote the white paper, we came to the market, but at that point of time, the industry was very young, very new, so it took us time to gather all the information, gather the regulations, and actually understanding that when there will be a good critical mass and a good escape velocity in the platform, then we will be launching this. So what we are saying is that you can be a ship owner of this ship, and you can own the ship, which you can traditionally not in the present scenario. But using Web3, you'll be able to. Okay, so let's see what the maritime industry size is all about. So if we see shipping market size, the shipping market size is 11 billion tons of cargo annually gets traded across the globe, and 80% of the global trade is done by ships. If we see the value of this particular trade, which happens globally, is more than $14 trillion annually. And all this industry runs by ships, which are more than 50,000 in the globe. And the approximate value of this industry is $1.2 trillion. So this industry we are tokenizing using Web3 and blockchain. But we see there is an opportunity and there is a problem here. What is the problem? The problem is that ships are typically owned by ultra high net worth individuals. The people who are super rich, they only own it. In the society, if you own a ship, then you are like treated as a very rich guy. And we know that why rich people become more richer, because they choose their right asset at right time for investment. So ships are being owned by the rich people. There is an entry barrier for the normal people, even high net worth individual. For example, I was earning $100,000 per annum when I was a captain in 2013, but still I could not own the asset in which industry I am in. So there is an entry barrier because of the price of the vessel. It's typically a $15 million to $300 million. You can't own it. But this is not only problem which is on the investment side. There is also a problem which ship owner feels, where they really face a challenge for the finance. For them, this particular asset is typically locked for years, and it's a high value asset. It's completely illiquid for them. And if a typical owner owns 3 ships, 4 ships, he wants to buy more ships, he cannot, because if he goes to the bank, for the banks, ships are a global trading asset. It is not particularly fixed at one location. So shipping finance is a very specialized finance, and very few banks in the world does this financing. So there is a challenge here for the ship owners because their liquidity gets locked up. And typically there is a long-term cycle in this asset, because when you buy this asset, it is an expensive asset. So for you to sell this asset very quickly and very swiftly is not possible. It's a $15 million asset, $30 million asset. You can't sell it. So typically there is long-term exit cycle. And there is one more thing, that because this particular industry is governed by so many players, the port agents are there. A ship owner is typically from a country A. He registers the vessel in country B. He gives the vessel for management in country C. He trades the vessel across the globe. And when he trades the vessel across the globe, he has to pay these running cost, and he has to charter the vessel by which he earns the revenue. And in this, because money is being transferred from one country to another country, and SWIFT operates only it's not operating 24/7. It operates only 5 days a week. And when they transfer from point A to point B, point C, there is a lot of value gets lost. A dollar which comes and which goes, it loses 10% of its value. So there is an inefficiency in the system in terms of value and in terms of the transfer time which it takes. And this particular industry is a very traditional industry. It is being run by veterans. It's run by legacy systems like banks. They are very legacy industry. Similarly, maritime is a very legacy industry. So there is no typical marketplace which is available in the shipping industry. It is very fragmented. So there is an opportunity here to get a decentralized marketplace where all the players can come at one place and utilize the blockchain system to write the smart contracts for services and all that. Now, let's see what Web3 has seen in last 8 or 10 years. 2009, the Bitcoin was born, and now we are sitting in 2022. And what we see here is there is a total 30.18 billion value has been generated by the cryptocurrency exchange market. Trading volumes are very high, but this is the typical value what cryptocurrency exchanges are valued. If we see that total 320 million crypto users expected to be 1 billion by 2030. At present, it's 320 million. And the total real world assets which are being tokenized yet is 18.1 billion. And if we actually see what all these top players who are the research companies in the world, which are Forbes or Cisco or Deloitte, one thing which is very clear, what they're saying is that the real world asset will be tokenized very soon, by 2027 or by 2025. But they are very clear that digital assets are the future of investment. It means the traditional class, the assets will come onto the blockchain and will be available for the normal people to invest into these assets. So what we are doing here is, we are merging maritime industry, blockchain, and Web3 technology, funneling it through Shipfinex platform, and giving the people the opportunity to invest into the ships, use payment solution in the shipping industry as a global remittance solution, and allowing the decentralized marketplace to be on our platform. So we are using a multi-layer infrastructure which has a blockchain infrastructure at the bottom. Then the asset validation is there. We are valuing the asset and validating the asset when it is coming on our platform. We are giving the fractional ownership using blockchain. We are giving the proof of ownership as an inherent property of of this technology. We are going to make the secured custodian of this particular asset on with various custodians. We're talking to Binance, we are talking to Propine, the custodian solution. We are going to allow gamification in this industry through Marineverse. So we are going to come up with a metaverse in shipping where a normal person will be able to go onto the ship and utilize our marine coin to be in that metaverse and take a tour of the vessel, which they cannot, typically a person cannot do that, it's very expensive. And we will allow peer-to-peer transactions on our platform. How we are achieving it? We are achieving it through a dual token economy. Our platform and exchange token is Marine Coin. So Marine Coin will allow you to own a marine asset token, which is a ship. So typically a ship will be listed on our platform, which will be blockchained through our technology, and you will be able to own the fractional ownership of the asset. So you will become the fractional owner of this particular asset using Marine Coin, and you will be able to earn dividends, you'll be able to vote, you will be able to get other benefits. As I told you, you'll be able to play, go to the virtual tour of the vessel. You'll be also, if you are owning a significant amount of tokens, you will also get an opportunity to go on a maritime vessel, typically between Rotterdam to London, maybe by ship, using for 4 days of voyage, 5 days of voyage, you can do that. Then we are opening up a decentralized marketplace, which a Marine Coin will empower this, and we will allow all maritime service providers to come onto the platform and utilize this technology for their services. Also, the Marine Coin holders in the future will be able to get the staking and liquidity opportunity, the global maritime remittance solution, as I already told, and Marineverse. So Marine Coin will allow you to participate in the Shipfinex platform and do all this activity. What exactly is Marine Asset Token? So Marine Asset Token is a token which represents the ownership of any typical ship. So there are various kinds of ships. It can be a yacht, it can be a cargo ship, tanker, bulk carrier, or any ship which is a commercial, which is commercialized for earning or it can be a cruise ship. Excuse me. So what we are doing is the SPV, the ownership of the vessel is a company. We are tokenizing it on our platform, on the Shipfinex web platform using blockchain and converting into a marine asset token, which you will be able to own in your wallet, which will represent the true ownership of the asset. At present, if we see the market of the maritime asset investment, you will not be able to, a typical normal person will not be able to own this. The existing market which is there is a direct purchase, which is a very high net worth individual can do. And you can do it through private equity or public ETF or public stocks. There are only 5% to 10% of assets globally are right now listed on the stocks. So it means 90% of this industry is yet to be publicly available for the investment, for the tokenization. With the Shipfinex platform, you'll be able to access it publicly. You'll be able to invest $1,000, $2,000 in buying this asset and earn very good dividends or stable dividends which this owners get. And you will be having a high liquidity. Today you can buy, you want to sell after 5 months or 6 months, you'll be able to sell that token on our platform. You'll be able to select the vessel. I mean to say that you can actually go on our platform where you can actually pick up a vessel, you can see what type it is, what trading it is doing, what type of earnings it has done in the past, and what exactly is the future of this particular asset looks like as per the market reports. So every analysis will be given to you on your app, and you'll be able to select it and choose the earning what you want to do. So we are the first exchange in the world which is tokenizing the maritime asset. So if we see the exchanges history in the world, They are typically a cryptocurrency exchange history, and they have really done pretty well in their past. If we see, we can see Binance. Binance came up with the BNB token, which the market cap of Binance token went up to $90 billion. It was launched at 9 cents. And it went up to $690 because people trusted Binance, people invested in Binance, and they invested in the tokens which are listed by the Binance. Same happened with FTX. The IO price was 0.20 cents and went up to $84. So what we're trying to say is that we are the first one and we're the first movers of this particular industry and tokenizing it on our Shipfinex platform. So Marinecoin has a future of maritime investment and make you own the asset class which you cannot own in a normal as a normal person. What is our vision for 2025? We have just started in 2022 as the platform coming up. We are planning to list 500 maritime asset tokens in our platform by 2025, which will value up to $8 to $10 billion as a listed asset value. We will have more than 250,000 users, which will be from Web3 and Maritime community. Maritime community is a very strong community. We have more than 4 million people who are working in the maritime industry on the board or off the board. So approximately 1.8 million sailors are across the globe, and they cannot invest into this asset class. Being in this industry, they cannot. And what happens with the crypto industry? Crypto industry people, they are really investing onto the speculative asset. They have seen a lot of pump and dump. There is no real value out of the tokens which are listed. People are listing the tokens on the air, just on the paper. But now what we are doing is we are coming up with a real world asset which is not in the reach of the normal people. So we will allow the Web3 users and the maritime community to do that, and we plan to achieve more than 250,000 users on our platform. And also we will allow the ship owners and the service providers of this industry to exchange value through the marketplace. We have been incubated by Block-On Capital as the incubation partner. We already have our acceleration and growth partner as Blockting and Coinique, who is helping us for the growth. For the technology and compliance, we have proved it's a US-based compliance and KYC and KYE company. We have Blockchain Lawyer as our legal firm who is helping us in structuring and making the legal structures of our marine asset token and the company. We are already the part of Microsoft startups. They have given us a grant for the server space, and we are part of them as well. We are building our community through FIRE. We are also partnered with Marine Insight. Marine Insight is one of the largest maritime ecosystem in the world. They are the #1 search portal for the maritime ecosystem. And we are also partnered with Institute of Charters and Shipbrokers Middle East. They have more than 4,500 members who are shipbrokers and charters who are ready to bring the assets on our platform. We have already partnered with TMC and Eastgate Shipping, those who will get the assets on our platform. We already have the commitment of 8 ships which are worth more than $200 million to be listed on our platform. Let's look at the team. So as a team of co-founders, Mr. Sunil Arora, myself, Captain Vikas Pandey, Ravi, and Suraj, we 4 are from the maritime industry, and we together have more than 120 years of the experience. The technology experience, what we have in our team is more than 100 years, and our people and our team is already in blockchain, building in blockchain, and they have more than 50 years experience of our technology team. This is a few of the members, and Sunil is our CEO, and he is the person from shipping finance background. He has held the position in private equity in shipping finance and also as a fleet director in one of the shipping institutions. Ravi is the member of, he is the General Secretary of Institute of Charters and Shipbrokers, and also he is 25 years in shipbroking and chartering. Then we have other members of the team who are well recognized in the industry to be in this space. Let's see the roadmap. So we ideated this in 2018 to 2021, and Q1 2022, we assembled our core team, initiated our product research and development, and build the technology. We started building in Q1 2022. We did brand designing, UI UX implementation in Q2 of 2022. And further, we launched our project in pre-launch in the month of July, and we really got a very good traction and closed the seed round and the private round in Q3 of 2022. Now we are open for the pre-sale and long-term staking and strategic sale. We are making the ecosystem partnerships in the maritime space. We are doing the event sponsorships, roadshows, and token generation event will happen in the month of December. We are already talking, and a lot of exchanges have shown a significant interest in our plan. In 2023, our target is to launch 25 maritime asset tokens, more than $500 million worth on our platform, so that people can own these assets. And also we'll be launching our decentralized marketplace testnet in Q3 2023. Our tokenomics is very clear, and it has been well thought so that it is truly decentralized. The team is taking 16% of the tokens, and 1.5% of seed and private is already closed. And by the time we go public sale, we will have 6.5% of our token sold in the platform, and then we will be going public. We have kept staking and liquidity pool as 20%, advisors 2%, and we also have a vision of making a layer 2 of blockchain, which will be typically used only on the maritime ecosystem. So for that, we have kept 15% token as reserve, which we'll be raising in the future. And for the Marineverse, which we have kept 10% as our future initiative. Our token sale seed is already closed. We launched it at 3 cents in the month of July. And our private sale is closed in the month of September at 5 cents. So we have already raised that funds. And now our pre-sale is open. You can go on our website and participate in the pre-sale. We will be opening our public sale in the month of December at 15 cents. Thank you so much, guys. Any questions here?
Hi, thank you for your presentation. Are you regulated by anybody?
We are basically our token, which is a marine coin, is launched from St. Vincent and Grenadines, and all our marine asset tokens will be regulated either by Liechtenstein or the countries where they already have the security token regulations very clear.
I think you clarified quite early on in the presentation the nature of asset you have, and you're trying to tokenize, and then you wanna sell those to maybe retail, maybe high-yield net worth individuals, but not necessarily the ability to buy those big assets. What about the due diligence? What about the disclosure requirement? What about how do I know that the representation you have made and the smart contracts, whatever they put, is going to be honored on if something goes wrong, if assets disappear, if assets, I don't know, a lot of things can go wrong, especially an asset which is floating in the ocean. And what about your representation of those assets, detailing it, valuation of those assets? Have you thought about that? So how is it going to work?
Yeah, so we have been doing this for last 25 years. As you know, I've run the ship management companies, and we have been the ship brokers. So what typically a maritime asset is being very well known. If you go to the website, you can actually come to know anything and everything about a vessel on the normal page. We are already partnered with Vessel Value, who is our third party. They will be doing the valuation of the vessel. Due diligence will be done by our committee, which is Marine Investment Committee, which will be doing the due diligence of the vessel, whether the charterers who are represented by the ship owners are correct charters or not. It is something like this that, and there are ship management companies, whether those ship management companies are AAA rated ship management companies in the world or not. and their typical voyages and their inspections. See, every vessel is insured, and every vessel has to have a class. So there is a class which is class certificate, and the flag state certificate is being issued by the third parties, those who make sure that the vessel is in good condition and it doesn't fall into any deficiencies. And every ship, it is not floating in the water, it is floating in the water, but it is going to the different ports. Every port goes through the vessel's health and examination in every port, and you can actually see all the deficiencies which are there. So shipping industry typically is a very transparent industry. Each and everything will be clear and known to the person who is investing, and it will be very clear. From our side, as an investment committee which will be formed, they will make sure that all assets are insured from the right P&I club. They are they are given to the right ship management company for the management. They have the right value, because vessel value takes 230 parameters to value the vessel. Even in today's time, it is so open that if you have typically a vessel, for example, a Supramax bulk carrier, which is 30,000 tonner, and you want to know that what is the management fees of this, you can just go online and you'll be able to see that what can be the figure. The Moody's publish the report of the management fees. So everything is very, very transparent. Shipping industry, because the vessel is not in the one jurisdiction, they have to comply each and every stringent regulation. Every ship goes through a very high compliance requirements, because it has to travel to US one day. It may face US Coast Guard inspection. You are going in Australia one day, you will be going to AMSA inspection. You are going to Europe, you will be undergoing Paris MOU inspection. So all these vessels which are floating, they are very, very high compliant industry.
Right, just to add to that, I work for a bank, and in good old days of alternative investment, and we invested in one of the ships. Number of things which can go wrong are huge. And even if the bank, and we have the due diligence report, people reporting to us, it can go in a port, and port authorities might seize the ship because of violation. Because of any violation, you get stranded. So ship might be seaworthy, but that doesn't necessarily become a good investment. And that's what I'm buying as a tokenized asset, right? So that becomes a very, very complex. That's why I asked initially, who's your regulator? Because end of the day, things go wrong.
See, regulators in the form of security tokens are different, and regulators for us are the maritime regulators. International Maritime Organization governs the vessel governance and vessel compliance. And vessel compliance, as I said, is very, very stringent and very, very particular. So every vessel has to undergo a very stringent inspection before it goes out to the sea. So like you said, a vessel is stranded in the port. When the vessel is stranded in the port, then what happens is that there is an insurance done. The vessel goes to the yard, it gets repaired, and it gets out. The vessel has to maintain a class, and vessel has to maintain a flag, which makes sure that the vessel is seaworthy and it is ready to make the earnings.
Thank you.
One question.
One more question.
Thank you very much. It's a really brilliant idea. One question.
Yes.
How could you prove to me that there is an undisappearable connection between the token I bought and between some vessel in its physical form?
Sorry, can you repeat it? What is the connection?
The connection between the token I bought from your platform and some vessel as it is in its physical form. Where is the connection? How is it proved to me?
Okay,
that
so
I own not just some token, but some part of the vessel A or vessel B?
Yeah, very good question. Because when you own a car, how do I know that you own this car? So what I do is I check your certificate that is written. It is written in the name of Vikas Pandey. So I am the owner of the asset. But for the vessel, what happens is, because it's an expensive asset, it is owned by a company. So the company is the right owner of the vessel, and you as the token holder will be owning the token of that company. It means you are truly a trusted owner of that particular vessel. So you own a part of that. So if it's a vessel of $25 million and I issue 25 million tokens, and if you own 1 million token of that, it means you own 1/25th part of that vessel. So this is a very clear if I'm correct in your answering your question.
So it means that the company emittent of the tokens is at the same time the owner of the vessel.
Exactly, and we are tokenizing the company. So it's a digital shares which are tokenized on the blockchain. Why blockchain? Because it is more trusted, it is on chain. You can validate anytime. It is written that you are the owner and you are the only owner of these tokens. And the custody is going to go with Binance or any other authority which you can check. It is on chain.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I think it comes to an end. Thank you very much for enlightening us with such a great topic about the tokenizing assets. I would love to thank you on behalf of our visitors. Shukran. Thank you.